My name is Anne Wynne and I'm Director of Galway Samaritans. I'm assuming most people have heard of Samaritans, but maybe not. But anyway, it was an organisation that was set up in 1953, which is a long time ago, and it has been going steadily and growing since. And it was set up by a Church of England minister who, on his first day as a minister, had to bury a 13-year-old girl who had died by suicide. And of course, this was an awful shame. And he felt that maybe if she had had someone to talk to, that she mightn't have taken her own life. And he went about setting up an organisation where people could come to talk with whatever was going on. And he invited people to come along, and as they came along, they started talking to each other, or they started talking to the people who were making the tea. And this is how it all started, that people just needed a space to talk. So Galway branch was set up in 1976, which is 41 years ago, and we have around 110 volunteers from every walk of life, from 18 to 86, and we have some volunteers that have been there from the very start. So we're a non-religious, even though I know Samaritans, everyone thinks it a good Samaritan, but we're not a religious organisation. As I said, we've people from every religion and none, and from every walk of life. So our vision is that fewer people die by suicide. And our mission is to alleviate emotional distress and reduce the incidence of suicidal feelings and suicidal behaviour. We work hard to provide a space for people who are in crisis and where they feel they've no one else to turn to. And, especially we provide a 24/7 service. And our busiest time is from around 6 in the evening to 6 in the morning, when most other services are closed. So we're there at the other end of the phone 24/7. Now, everyone that phones us aren't suicidal. We get people calling with every sort of thing. And, I might get a call and it might be something that goes on in my life every day. And I'd say, maybe, why is that an issue? But if it's an issue for that person, then it's an issue for that person. And so we get calls about loneliness, mental health issues, relationships, abuse, bullying, sexuality issues. And some people, maybe they've heard, you'd often hear Samaritans number being given out on television, and something might have just come up that they've heard on the television and it triggers memories of something that happened years ago, especially bullying or abuse. And they might never have talked about it before. So we all want to be listened to, and in Samaritans we listen in confidence. Whatever anyone says to us is not repeated, it's just between us and the caller. People are listened to without being judged. We accept the people for whatever they feel at that moment. Maybe in 2 hours' time they'll be feeling different, but we take them as they are at that moment. We don't tell them what to do or be lectured. We don't lecture them. We support them and listen to them with empathy and compassion, and we give them our undivided attention. And as I said, we don't give advice, but it's amazing how after maybe 10 minutes or 20 minutes or a half an hour, whatever, we stay with the people. And they will say at the end of the call, well, thank you very much for that advice. But we haven't given them advice. I think it's the fact that they can talk out loud and, have our undivided attention, that they come to their own decisions or their own conclusions or whatever. And, they really appreciate just not being judged and just being listened to. And we'd often meet people in the street, or who, if we have some promotion on, or who would call us back and say, look, you saved my life, even though we haven't told them to do anything. So it's just for them to be listened to. So as I said, we're available 24/7. There's a free phone number, 116123. We also have a text service we have an email service, and we have a face-to-face where people can call into our centre at any time during the day, and we give them a cup of tea and have a chat and just welcome them in. Last year in Galway alone, we took 47,219 calls. Nationwide, we have 21 branches in Ireland, all of Ireland, including the north, and we took almost 700,000 calls. And they're people with every sort of concern or issue or whatever they're going through. We are totally volunteer-led. Nobody in Samaritans gets paid, and we're all volunteers, and we fundraise twice a year with a Churchgate collection and a flag day, and that's what keeps our centre going. So really, that's all I have to say about Samaritans. That's okay.
Thank you very much.